Ingram for me, I have him at 5 is because I think the consistency in what he can do well needs to stay. Like he's always going to be consistently very good, but I think there's aspects of his game that are very high level that he does not consistently keep at performing at a high level. For example, his playmaking. I think a lot of the time he can get a little bit caught up in not taking on his playmaking role to the fullest extent that he should be. And scoring as well. I mean, sometimes he's just not aggressive enough as a scorer. And especially when Zion's not playing, he's like the only creator on the roster other than like CJ. But like CJ has taken such a step back, like as a creator. That's just like, do you really want him as your number one creating option out there? And I think that's what led to a lot of the CJ like
hate.
Like, yeah, it's like, who else is doing it then? If Ingram's not going to do it, then who else is doing that?
Yeah,
like
I would say Ingram struggled in and out lineups though with injury.
Yes,
and
that toe injury for like 3 months.
The whole Pelicans roster was messed up because even CJ, he was like, I was playing.
Who is his team's medical staff, man?
The Pelicans are a mess. They just are. Yeah, I think when Brandon Ingram did get healthy in the second half of the year, he was unguardable for stretches of games.
God.
Like especially that playing game.
Yeah, he was so good, and every single and as the Pelicans had kind of started to climb back up after falling so low in the standings because of it was like both Ingram and Zion injured at the same time for like 15 games, and they lost like nearly all of those.
They lost 17 of 18 games between January, between the end of December and the beginning of February.
Doing a huge losing streak.
Roller coaster of a season, because when Zion was healthy, they were the number 1 seed in the West.
Comfortably, too.
Comfortably.
Like, they were so good. And, like, I think if they would have even had one of those guys for some of that time, like, they probably would have had, like, 6 to 8 more wins on the season.
No, I agree.
Like, and I wonder where that would place them. Let me look. I'm going to look at it. You guys
I'm really high on Brandon Ingram. Obviously, I have a couple of spots higher. As I previously said, but I think it's one of those things where looking at PG and looking at players on this list, like you said, Geoff, he actually is a very, very good playmaker. I don't know if I want to say high level yet, but he has this, at least from what I've watched, it feels like when he wants to get people involved, he'll just take a step back and he won't do anything and he'll let them run the offense, but he needs to get them involved by running the offense. You know what I mean? And he's really good at it when he runs the offense. Yeah. And I don't know if that's a Willie Green thing that wants it being played through CJ or Zion when Zion's healthy or what. But I feel like we saw it in the little playoff run. The Pelicans are better when Ingram is the main facilitator.
Yeah. I agree. So last year, the Pelicans finished 42-40 as the 9th seed. They ended up 1 game behind the Lakers who are the 7th seed. And only 2 games behind LA, who was the 5 seed. If they probably would have had at least one of their guys available for that 2-month stretch, you could probably attribute at least 5 more wins, I would say.
Yeah.
That would have put them at the 4 seed last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the way the West was last year, like last year was the perfect year to have some extra games, and going on that losing streak really did take them down quite a way. Yeah, Brandon Ingram, man, we saw in the playoffs against Phoenix in that first round, he was giving that team legitimate problems. And as that first option, Brandon Ingram, I thought was super, super impressive. You know, his development from his early days in LA to what he is now has also been super impressive. Like, he's answered a lot of the questions about him as a 3-point shooter. I actually wish he'd take more 3-point shots because he shoots them at a high percentage, and his volume has gone down the last 4 years progressively.
Yeah, he has the KD issue. Like,
he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets so comfortable. Yeah, he gets so comfortable in that mid-range where it's like he would rather just do that every single time and take threes, and I think he should incorporate the 3 a little bit more. He also averaged a career high 5.8 assists last year, and has also taken major strides forward in his abilities as a ball handler too.
Yeah.
He can be a legitimate offensive engine for your team.
Oh, I agree.
And that has not been what he has been previously. I think he could easily be. I had him at 5. I think he could easily be number 3 on this list.
Yeah.
Like comfortably, if he could stay a little bit healthier and he was a little bit more consistent in what he does. Like I said, Ingram just needs to have a season where he puts it all together for the whole season and stays healthy. And it can't be, I'm going to be a good playmaker for 2 months, and then I'm not going to pass the ball, and I'm going to be a really good scorer. And there's some times where he's just scoring, and there's some times where he's doing both. And I think he looks best when he's doing both. And obviously growing as a player, like that's what you do. Like you learn how to flow. And Ingram's going into his 7th year in the league, 8th. And he's only like 25, 26. He's about to turn 26. Like he has so much room to grow as a player, and he's had so much development time, and he's still so young. So it'll be interesting. And there's a lot of rumors about the Pelicans trying to switch stuff up. So hopefully, I hope that they keep all of those guys and let them grow and give it one shot when they're all healthy before they decide to play. Like, let them have a healthy season all together, and then if it keeps, and then if it doesn't work out, then do it.
Yeah.
So I will say though, if it's 2 to 3 years down the line and they still don't have a healthy season, then it's like
2 years. You have 2 years to get healthy. Otherwise, but Zion is way too good when he's healthy that you don't trade him most likely.
No,
I don't think you can. Like, I just don't. And like, there was some chatter this last summer about would the Pelicans trade Zion for maybe like
Scoot.
For Scoot, whether that be to the Hornets or to the Blazers. Mattias is making a face right now. I'm interested to.
Because I wish it happened, dude.
Yeah.
Dame's not even gone yet, but I'm already coping.
What if he's not gone though? That's what me and Ryan were talking about earlier today. We were talking about what if he's just there forever?
I don't even know what you do at that point.
No. What if like a day before the season starts, Scoot is just traded for like Pascal Siakam, and then it's just like
that'd be gross.
There might be more riots in Portland.
Yeah, I think it would be Anthony Simons that they would trade.
Yeah, it would
be gone, which sucks because then it'd be like 2 of my favorite players both gone, Wofford and Simons.
Yeah,
God, Portland fan is in the mud, man.
Yeah, so at 3.